Hello everyone. I'm going to continue today with the topic of people pleasing. And today I wanted to address signs that you are a people pleaser. I went into it just a little bit yesterday, but I wanted to expand on the signs so that you are able to identify yourself and see, um, if this is something that you are really dealing with, and maybe you're not even aware of it. Maybe that's how you've been for a long time and that's become your norm, so you don't really even consciously identify that that's what's going on, but that is what's going on. So if that's you, I just want to address it real quickly. I'm going to give you about 5 of the signs or so. So number one, I'm just going to get right into it. Number one, you say yes to everything. You say yes to everything. I kind of mentioned that just a little bit yesterday, but on yesterday's video, people pleasing. So you are, number one sign that you are a people pleaser. You say yes to everything. You say yes to everything. It's very hard for you not to say yes. You probably feel guilty not saying yes, and I probably even get very anxious. But it just, even without you even thinking about it, if somebody wants you to do something in your crowd, or somebody you really look up to, or someone you consider a friend, or that is very important to you, or um, someone that you kind of put on a pedestal, or just that their relationship is very vital to you, you're gonna say yes, even if that doesn't really work with you, even if that's gonna mess up your schedule or whatever. You're just not gonna say no. So number two is it's hard for you to say no. So just like you always just say yes without even thinking about it many times, and then afterwards you're like, oh my God, I said yes, but da 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 da, and then you're still trying to pull through to it, and that will make you stressed out also. That will make you anxious. So the number two thing is, what goes with always saying yes is that it's hard for you to say no. I mean, very, very hard for you to say no. And most likely you're not going to say no. You're just not going to do it. Number three is you have a strong fear of rejection. I mean, these all go, they're embedded with each other. They're all intertwined. They really go with each other. Number three, you have a fear of rejection, of people rejecting you. That's a very strong fear. So most likely you're not going to say anything that you feel is going to disappoint someone. So that is connected to you not saying no and to you saying yes to everything. So you have a very strong fear of rejection that really controls you. Um, the other thing is that you're a big giver, and that's a good thing. Giver is a good thing, but a lot of times people, even being a giver, sometimes it's really connected to this fear, because in that way they feel sometimes that they can even buy people. You may not think about it that way, but you're buying someone's friendship by giving to them, or you're buying their approval, by constantly giving. I mean, it's good to give, but if you're giving to the point where you're like, have no time for yourself, you're stressed out, you're neglecting things that you need to give attention to, but you've just exhausted your time because you've given so much of your time or whatever to this person, or to their situation that's important to them. So in your mind, you can't let them down. And you're really doing it because you really is afraid of like losing them. And if that's the case, I mean, that's not the type of friendship you really want to have. If you have to constantly say no, you can't say yes. They're going to give you an attitude. I kind of mentioned this yesterday, or it's just not going to work. You're going to have some backlash from that. So you probably want to reevaluate that type of situation. And the last one I'm going to talk about today is um, you're always pulling the slack. You're just always pulling the slack in the situation. And the person is, they more just in a way too, because you teach people how to treat you. And a lot of time when you've behaved like this, a person has gotten used to you like this, so they just expect it. And you know that too. They just expect it. So you just go along, but you're not really happy, but you just go along. You'll do anything to really just be in good stand with this person. And, you do not want to live like that. If you're living like that, you really want to just investigate that. You want to get yourself out of that type of rut because you're not living your life like you should. Because you're really just being so controlled and you're just being completely controlled by that situation. So, and most likely you're stressed out. You're not going to be happy because you're just running from one situation to the next that you're not really pleased with, most likely, but you've kind of given into it because you'll do whatever it costs you to really stay in good standing with relationships with people. So, you got to make a change with that. Even over time, you can even really get resentful towards people in relationships when you really feel like you're just being pulled constantly and you feel like you can't make a decision different from what they feel you should make, so you can even get bitter and resentful like inside quietly, and that is just very toxic. And it's also this might sound a little weird, but it's also not fair to the other person. How would I explain this? It's not fair in the way that that you're not really being honest about what's going on. You're not being honest. So you're like a yes person, but you're really not honest. So when you get bitter and resentful, and you probably just end up ditching that relationship, maybe even because you don't know how else to do it, they're going to be really blindsided too. So it's I think it's if you consider those people really good friends, you should be able to talk to them. And if they can't understand your situation, then you probably need to reevaluate that situation, that friendship, and move on. But if they're a really good friend to you, they'll try to hear your side and make a change. Because sometimes too, some people are just not aware too. They're just used to you being a certain way, and they flow with that or take advantage. Or some people just not aware also, but some people are manipulative and they know what they're doing because they know how you are. But it's not that way for everybody. Some people are just used to you being a certain way, so they always expect that. So you really have to make some changes. You have to make some changes. So probably tomorrow or so I'm going to end up talking more about how to come out of this and things you can do. But if that's you, you don't want to continue living your life that way. You want to be free. You don't want to be controlled and be manipulated or driven because of the fear of rejection. So God bless you. My name is Andrea Ellis. I'm a life coach. I help people overcome issues of fear. And even today, what I'm talking about, that comes from fear of rejection. So, or being abandoned and things like that, of that nature. So if you have any questions, just you could send me an email, but please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And, I'm here to help you on your journey and to help you overcome these issues that are driving your life, but really they're not productive in your life. Okay, so I'm here to help you to be free, to be the person that you need to be, and to make the right decisions going forward in life so you could live your best life. Talk to you soon.